It is no longer a request, it is a final warning. Peter Obi just broke his silence on Tinubu's latest move. And he did not just voice out a complaint. He issued an ultimatum that has the ASUA on high alert. Peter Obi has been quiet, but he just released a statement that is being described as a final line. He addressed the economic and the judiciary reform directly to Tinubu. What Peter Obi said next truly shocked the APC camp, and the ASWAP is on high panic right now. Tinubu has ordered the judiciary to disregister NDC in order for Peter Obi not to be on the ballot board in 2027 presidential election. Why? Because the fear of Peter Obi. Peter Obi have this quality that any other presidential candidate is lacking. That is why Tinubu went ahead to instruct the judiciary to disregister NDC in order for Peter Obi not to be on the ballot board in 2027 election. But he has been exposed. And that is why Peter Obi is sending an ultimatum, a warning to him to let him know that he knows all his plans, he knows all his strategies, but he's telling him that Nigeria this time around there will be free and fair election. That is what Peter Obi is telling Tinubu. Peter Obi have said so many things, saying that President Tinubu has put Nigeria into abject poverty, has put Nigeria into a place that they can no longer come out from slavery. Nigeria is at the edge of slavery right now. And my people, what Peter Obi said next, the final statement, will shock every Nigerian because it is the truth. And he has evidence to show that Tinubu is not want to be a president, that Tinubu is a fraudster. Stay with me to the end of this video because I'm going to show you the exact statement where Peter Obi said that Tinubu is a fraudster and give you evidence to show that Tinubu is of no use to Nigeria, that Tinubu must go. The ultimatum Peter Obi sent to Tinubu that will make you to not vote Tinubu in 2027. Stay with me to the end of the very end of this video because I'm going to reveal to you all. And please, I want to see your honest reaction on the comment section.
This deregistration that happened. What's your take about this deregistration that has happened? Because some people are saying NDC, there are also cases against NDC in courts. Can they be next?
Well, for me, it's very unfortunate. And you see me condemn it in all ramifications. I believe that it is a time our judiciary help our democracy. It shouldn't be. That's all I can say. They should allow parties, no matter the number, to be able to present their candidates for election and for the independent electoral commission and to conduct the election and ensure that the election is free and fair. We might in the future put up other regulations that can make our elections to be more organized. There's countries where you can't participate in presidential election unless you've been part of a previous election and received at least 25% of the vote cast. That's what it is in Indonesia. Or 3/4 of the Senate, or what they call their own assembly, sign for you, endorsement for you to contest. So we might put other things, but for now we don't have, because our own democracy is not operating the way others do. We can only rely now to have a free, credible election to be able to elect a competent government that will look at the future of our democracy.
Okay. I'd like to ask you, infighting in your political party. Some people feel disgruntled. One of your lieutenant, Aisha Yusuf, feel disgruntled. Serake Diskin has come out to say that nobody's doing anybody a favor. What's happening in your political party? In fact, there were allegations that came out recently that Kenneth Okonkwo made you take him to court for 5 billion as regards monies exchanging hands in your political party. People are saying the NDC is not different from the APC you are castigating, and you are saying you are the ones that will change the order of things for democracy.
Let me assure you that whatever you think is in fighting our party is nothing compared of what you see in other parties, and there's no issue. It's an issue when you have an organization. There's at times some disagreements or minor issues which we've been talked over, it's been resolved, and everything. And that's it. The issue of taking Kenneth Okonkwo to court wouldn't have been there if only Kenneth stopped at even allegation. But he said he has a lot that he will talk in the future.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that when I said, I'm taking you to court, he said, now that he's been taken to court, that he will now be able to disclose or bring in the open all those things he wanted to keep behind. I think Rufai, as a leader, this is time to scrutinize, avail ourselves for scrutiny by the public, so people can hear all the bad things about us. Because it is important that our future leaders must be who they say they are, in terms of character, in terms of integrity, in terms of competence, in terms of qualification, in terms of everything. So once he said that, I said, wait a minute, we must go further. So they can help. Because some of the things we're seeing today that the young ones are doing are examples they've learned from our leaders. So this is time to ensure that those who are coming to lead us now must be people of character.
So you want Kenneth to go and expose you. That's why you're taking him to court.
Everything. No, don't.
Because he threatened that it's not a good thing.
Not just Kenneth.
Yeah.
Everybody should not say those things they know that is bad about me or I did that is wrong, because it's good for the system. It's good for the society. So if you know that when we were in primary school, this man was cheating or didn't go to the primary school, didn't go to secondary school, didn't do, if you know this man had done something criminal somewhere, this is time to bring it out. We must not allow the next set of our leaders to have a record that is doubtful.
Okay. Another question I would like to ask you. A lot of people have said you are always chickening out of problems. That's why you left the ADC. That you are not ready to be able to face a candidate like Atiku in a party primary. That after coming together with them, you chickened out and you walked away. And the same thing too, you couldn't harmonize Labour Party. What's your reaction to all of that?
They are very right. When people put fire in your house, you don't stay.
Who put fire in your house?
No, I don't know. You know what the government of today is doing. They should actually thank me for being able to anticipate the problems of tomorrow and going away from it. They can't say I walk away from problem. Rufai, when I became governor, go and ask people in Anambra State. Anambra was one of the most difficult states to govern. I brought peace, a bit of unity, security, transformation in it. You can go and check the records. They are there. They are open. Go and see comments of the former IG of police, where he said Anambra is the safest state in the past 5 years. The record is there. Go and look at what NECO wrote in 2013, that Anambra is the best result. This was a result of effort of doing the right thing. On people talking about primaries and everything. Yes. And let me tell you, there's nothing wrong in a party having coalition and going to. The best and most popular president of Indonesia today is a man known as Joko Widodo. A coalition came together and brought him to come and be their candidate. So they can do that. In this country, we have not been able, the political class have not reached a point where they say, let's sacrifice for the country. Rufai is better. Let's go with him. Rufai must be subjected to all sorts of marginalization, and I choose what I choose because for me, the commitment is about serving the country.
Okay. So you chose what you chose because commitment is about serving the country, not because you can play the politics to ensure that you at least stabilize. Because people are asking, how will you stabilize the country if you see crisis? Is that how you are going to run?
Rufai, a man who subjects himself to a general election can be running for primary. So there must be something within that space that he doesn't want to. Otherwise, I'm not asking Nigerians to enthrone me without the election. What is the difference between primary election and general election? I've subjected myself to general election. What they're talking about is like you want to go and play in the big league, and people who are playing street match want you to say, why are you not playing in the street? Because they know that in the street there's no rules. Anybody can just do this, no referee. They can even break your leg. So I want to play where the system is. Let there be free and fair election in Nigeria. You know that in the last election, I won. Forget about
where's your proof that you won?
Forget about the proof.
They didn't declare
One
you.
day they won't declare me. Yeah. But I can tell you, I've contested election in Nigeria as a presidential candidate and won. Leave who was declared. One day the story will be told. For now, I can tell you, I'm offering myself.
But we don't have evidence.
I'm offering myself for general election in Nigeria. I don't want to talk about the one day the process will be correct. The process will be transparent, and it will happen.
This time around, you are going. If you don't win this time, this is going to be your last time. You're not going to run for president again.
Well, for me, it depends on what happens, right? I don't want to say it because people might think maybe I'm saying because of some people. I believe that if at this morning, you will not believe this, a secondary school people asked me a question. If you run this time, will you run again? And I said no. He said, why? I said, because if I don't run now, by the next time it comes, believing in the zoning formula, it will go north. And if it goes north in 2031, by the time it comes again to south, I told him I'll be 78 years old. I don't think I'll be doing this at that age.
So this is your last time to run?
But I said it depends.
If
it's still in south, in the next election, maybe. But the probability is very slim.
No, but it will be in the north because we have to respect the zoning arrangements.
Well, I don't know. Till after the election. But I can tell you, if what I told you now is where we happen, I will not be running.
Is it a must that you must be on the presidential ballot?
No. Can't you see what is happening in ADC?
Yes, I've seen what is happening in ADC.
And you think and anybody should stay there.
But
when you sit
people
there,
are also saying NDC too has been taken to court as regards your party registration. When you talk about court cases, court cases.
No, we don't have that. We don't have 3 presidential candidates now. We don't have that situation. The situation, every situation has its own decision. When the court decides that we're not there, that's it. And you ask, is it a must that must be
on the presidential
ballot? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm offering myself.
The question people are asking, Kwankwaso was on the presidential ballot in the last election, but today he's your running mate, he's your vice.
There's nothing wrong in that. Let me tell you. You can't even ask me that. Let me tell you, in the last election, if you add Abuja because they've added Abuja, if you add Abuja because they've added Abuja as a state now, Kwankwaso won one of the states. President Tinubu, Vice President Atiku and myself had 3 states, 12 states each. Even that happened because they took 2 of mine. They took Rivers and Benue. Otherwise, I would have had 14. As I said, if they did the right thing, I won. But however...
Are you going to tell us the story of how they took Rivers and Benue from you?
No, everybody knows. Even children on the street know that. Everybody knows that. Even in INEC portal for a long time, it was there. The result was very clear. But that's not what I'm challenging today. But to tell you that you cannot tell somebody who won 12 states, is there a must, he must be on ballot. When other people want 12 states, you can no longer take me as a marginal contender.
Okay, but President Tinubu is making inroads into the East. A lot of your kinsmen, like your governor, openly come out to declare for President Tinubu.
No, they were there.
Openly come out to declare, and most of the governors in the Southeast, some of them have switched to the APC. In fact, people like Umahi are saying that this is the true Biafra they need. That's President Tinubu. You know what he has done? He has revolutionized the Southeast. How do you feel? Why is that your people do not believe in you? Your Kenneth Okonkwo that was with you before, last election, is not speaking for you again.
Okay, thank you very much. All these people you mentioned, apart from Kenneth Okonkwo, were not with me in the last election. So nothing has changed. It wasn't a case of there were too many governors. Let me tell you, there was no single governor with me in the last election. In fact, let me even tell you, I'm even exaggerating. There was no councillor. I did not have one elected councillor with me in the last election. I didn't have a local government chairman, no governor, no commissioner, no minister. So what has changed is even better now. I have some senators. At least I have 2 senators. I have 11 House of Rep members. So it's actually improved now. But I'm telling you that in the last election, I didn't have anybody with me. All I want is free, fair, credible election. Today, I'm working with Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, which I'm very happy with. Happy with because
this is a man that called you names in the last election.
No, forget that. Happy, let me tell you why I'm happy. Forget about yesterday and names he called me. Happy because one thing you must learn and see in Kwankwaso is that he believes in pulling people out of poverty. He believes that a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody. And that's where 2 of us can work together to transform this country.
So all of a sudden you're saying we should forget what he said about you.
No, what did he say about me? He didn't say I'm a thief. He didn't say I'm a thief. There's nowhere where Kwankwaso said I'm a thief.
Okay.
There's no people who say this thing. You can find a place where he said I'm more qualified.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong in that.
Okay.
So many people say they are more qualified than me. But I'm saying, and it's true, so many Nigerians are more qualified than me to be elected, but they are not in ballot. Among those who are in ballot, I'm most qualified. Because, yes, you might be a professor, anybody, anything, but among those who are in the ballot, it's the people that are going to be elected. You cannot go and be electing people. It's like going to a game. You cannot be a spectator and be talking about medal. I'm in the field, I'm playing. I'm a competitor.
Inroads into the north is another one. A lot of people are saying, in the last election, you didn't do quite well in the north. The last election, you didn't do quite well. This time around, it might not change.
Well,
Is there a strategy for inroads? Because you can't win the presidency without winning the north.
there's no the strategy is that I'm telling them I can solve your problem. There's no strategy. Rufai, what I want to do is to turn around this country. And my commitment is total. And it's something that people can look at the past, where this man has passed. It's small business, in corporations where he served, in where he served as a governor. So it's not something you just say, oh, well, nobody's sure of what is going to happen. There's a verifiable evidence. So if you say you're a person of integrity, let's go where we gave you the last money to manage. What happened to the money? And I've said it now. Show me any other person who left the amount I left while not owing anybody. And I've left that place. Rufai, Anambra State have not bought me a bottle of water since I left. When they are supposed to have a law which they wanted me to sign, to say they will build a house for me in Lagos, build a house for me in Abuja, build a house for... I didn't. Because I said, what I say, I preach. What I preach is what I do.
Okay. I would like to take you on to do it.
Yes.
I want to ask you another question.
Yes.
In a case where you are not on this ballot, maybe because of a court case or something, what will happen?
What will I do if they don't want me to be on it? Rufai, I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. I'm desperate to see these young people have a means of livelihood. I'm desperate to see people stop from stealing public money. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. Today, all over the world, Nigerians are running to Niger, to Ghana, to this, because there's no opportunity in their country. In a country that God blessed with everything, I will start the transformation of this country by first Rufai uniting this country, bringing it together to be a country every person will be proud of, ensure social inclusion, start making Nigerians believe and verifiable, reducing the level of poverty. And to do this, the transformation starts from...
okay, how will you do all this, you've said?
Investing in critical areas of development.
Like power?
Not just power. Education.
How will you do it?
How to say why do it?
Education. How will you invest in education? How will you invest in power?
You need to go and see what I did in education in Anambra State. Investing in education. Investing in health. Pulling people out of poverty. Rufai, these things can look, they are not rocket science. There are things that are there. We are doing it now. You declare that this thing, people must go through technical training. We're going to do this. We are going to do this. What we now want to do is I'm going to put the plan and you see the construction site going on.
Okay.
And you feel it.
Okay. But you will need more than one term to do it.
No, you don't need.
Why?
How many times did this man take?
But
No. In 3 years, President Tinubu have pulled from 87 million people to 140 into poverty, minus it in 3 years.
But it's also increased foreign reserve.
No,
in 3 years.
No,
about 50
forget
billion,
that.
35
Let's
billion.
not go there. Don't go there.
Why? Why should
No.
go there? It's part of his achievement.
No.
I can criticize him for other things, but I can also say his achievement.
Please. The government are measured by the welfare of the people, not by any other thing. The other thing you do is secondary. It's the welfare of the people. Go and ask the average business.
But it's giving over 1.5 million people student loan.
No.
It's not part of the welfare of the people.
You're going to this thing. Go to our schools. Go to our universities. You wouldn't ever enter there. You wouldn't even do anything there.
Okay.
I'm telling you, even there, things will change.
Would you spend one time?
You will see. Yes, strictly.
Won't you do another term to see all these?
No.
Why?
When you are driving in the right direction, people will continue. I, Peter, will not spend more than 4 years in office, because I believe in stability of the place. But in that 4 years, I would have changed a lot of things.
Conversation. You are like Marmites. Those that love you will love you so much, and those that don't like you will not like you.
Those who don't like me are those who don't like the future, a better future for the people of Nigeria.
Do you have a message for those that whatever you say, they will never see you and say, okay, let me give this man a chance? What's your message for them?
I'm appealing to them for the sake of their own grandchildren. Some of them will think they have made enough money today, but for the sake of their own grandchildren, their children might not be as lucky as they are. Let's build a society. Rufai, all I want is a society where a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody. Rufai, on Saturday I was speaking at a gathering. I told them, I started business in this country. I was a trader because I was born in a trading family. And I went into university, saw opportunity. I told them how I came into University of Nigeria and Soka. Noticed there was no even good supermarket in the university. And I started one. I started one. Rufai, I bought my first car. Not official, as a student. I had a tax before then. But a car that I used at first, Volkswagen. I went to J. Allen in Enugu. I still have the receipt. Paid 2,700 naira. Brand new Volkswagen.
What year was this?
1980. 81. Brand new. Drove it there, 2,800 naira. To University of Nigeria, Suka. Everybody knows that motto. AN 700 SA. That's the number. In my second year, third year, I went to Mano Motors, bought brand new 505 SR, 7,200 naira. In the same country where I used to trade, I go to London over the weekend, buy things, come here and sell. Student fare was 100 naira. I give my bank 500 naira. They give me 300 naira. They give me $500. PTA was 1,000. So for this 100 naira, I get $1,000. In the same country, nobody today can do anything. When I finished university, Rufai, I used to park my car under the car park in Murtala Mohammed Airport. On Thursday, Friday, enter plane to New York. Buy items, enter the same Nigerian Airways, park on Sunday, drive my car to Onitsha. Rufai, it cannot walk. I drive from Onitsha to Lagos here, enter Nigerian Airways to New York. 150 naira, 55 naira ticket. I come back. all of a sudden it's finished. I want to give these young ones opportunity God gave me. We cannot. People of my age today are stealing what they don't need. How long would they live? When I was coming here, I was telling my colleague, I said, I had a partner in the UK. If you're 60, you live 3/4 of your life. Because the normal life of a woman being is about 80. When you're over 80, life becomes meaningless. So if you have lived 60 years, you've lived 3/4. The remaining 20 is for you to help to build a good society, reconcile with people you're quarreling with, so you can go in peace. Not time to start stealing money, building houses, stealing houses. No. It shouldn't be.
Mr. Peter Obi,